Remember Adam said that we need a jingle? Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the Praise the Pickle podcast.
Woo!
Woo! You may have noticed. Woo! You may have noticed that there is a severe lacking number of woos there. That is because Dan decided to take a spontaneous holiday to Switzerland. So we've got no Dan today.
Yep, he's off there fishing.
Yeah, he's just random fishing holiday. What's going on?
Ice fishing as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
But we're here anyway because we will endure. So it's just the me, Mr. Benjamin Watts, your host.
Yeah, he's back.
I'm back. Yeah. And then to my right, we have Mr. Kevin Hart.
Hello, and technically I'm to your left because if it's like a table, it goes all the way around. So I'm both positions this week.
Well, it depends what shape the table is, surely.
But it's a theoretical table. It doesn't matter, does it?
It's a theoretical table. What the hell does that mean?
No, that's not the right one, is it? Not theoretical.
It's a theoretical table.
But even if it's like a square table, you're still going round the table, aren't you?
Yeah, but a square's not round, is it? So.
Okay, you're still going square the table?
Yeah, you're squaring the table. How are you, Kev?
Me, I'm alright. I'm a little bit tired. I think that's just due to I had a very long night last night. I played a lot of. I felt like I played a whole week's worth of games in one day.
Oh, I love those days, though, man.
And my brain is quite fried.
I know what you mean, but it's not often you get to have those days. When you do it, it's just like, oh. But you sit there and you go, I'm going to play games all day, and then you get to the end of the day and you're just like completely frazzled, just like.
Oh yeah, I was a bit 50-50 with it all. But I thought this is the only chance I'm going to have to play a game.
Yeah,
before the podcast, and I can't be coming into this podcast with nothing.
Nah, you
especially because Dan's off sailing boats.
Yeah,
it's just
ice fishing. It's weird, isn't it? Well, this is the Praise the Pickle podcast where we talk about video games. And we talk about everything that we love about said video games. Everything that we hate about said video games. Control. And everything that we find incredibly mediocre about said video games. And this is it. This is the place to be every week. If you're not here, then what are you doing?
Every Monday. I mean, where else would you want to be?
Where else would you want to be? Exactly. Yeah.
Some people would like to be ice fishing.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So just take the morning off of work every Monday, all right, and just put on some noise cancelling headphones. Just lay there in the garden with a cup of Joe. And just listen. Just listen to our lovely voices.
Or leave for work 5 hours earlier, so you have enough time to.
5 hours? Is that how long this one's going to
be? Who knows? Every single week we think it's going to be shorter, but it never is.
Yeah. Anyway, not much else to say. Let's just crack on with the pod. So let's get straight into feedback. Go on,
Yes.
Kev. How much do people hate us? Go
on. I'd say not much.
7? Cool.
7.
Yeah.
7 out of 4.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit feedback on Facebook from Vicky again. Hello, Vicky. Welcome back.
Hi, Vicky.
I feel like we should get Vicky on one time. That'd be quite cool.
I've asked her, but she said it should be rubbish.
I feel like everyone thinks. I feel like no one goes into this thinking they're going to be good, but.
Well, I knew I'd be amazing, but yeah.
Yeah. You're just a naturel.
Yeah.
Your host has been around for a while.
Yeah, man.
So she says, hey guys, finally had a chance to listen to this week's. Been slacking, I know. Wanted to listen to the Outer World special, but I haven't finished it, so couldn't. That bit confused me. I don't know.
She hasn't finished the game.
Oh.
Wanted to listen to it, but I haven't finished the podcast, so I couldn't.
Okay. So agreed. As you said that you'd have an intro spoiler free, and then warn when it's about to get into details, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it does make sense.
So yeah, because this is the second, because James messaged last week as well. I think the best way going forward, I'm going to try and sort out like a sort of plan for it, but basically try and do like half an hour at the start where we can talk about the game ambiguously, like Kevin and Dan love talking about Borderlands. And
we can do that all you want.
But maybe we could give our scores and stuff towards the start, and we could, do you know what I mean, in that half an hour, so give our scores and say, you know, these are the reasons we like it, these are the reasons we don't like it, and then get onto a spoiler a bit later on. But obviously that's not set in stone yet, we need to talk about it more. But I think that the issue is as well is that Outer Worlds is a very narrative, story driven game, and it's quite hard to not spoil it when you're doing like an in-depth review of it. But
I feel like our results and like our topics we chose did cater for that. I mean,
yeah.
Imagine if we were playing potentially Dark Souls, which could be on next time. There's not. I mean, I guess there is a story to it, but
yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
from what I can gather,
really
there's just a bunch of weird dogs and weird, like.
Yeah, it depends on the game. Like if we get, you know, for example, if one of our games is Forza Horizon, like the story is going to mean nothing really. I mean, I know there is a story, but that's nothing. It's going to be more about gameplay and stuff. In which case, it's not going to be that spoilery. You know, it just depends on the type of game. But we will try and cater for people that haven't fully played it yet, because I mean, at first I was like, why would you want to listen to in-depth analysis for a game you haven't played? But I do that all the time, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I listen to Kane and Rinse like consistently of games that I haven't completed. Like, I listened to a full Evil Within 2 one.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you know, we haven't even scratched the surface of that game. We played like a few hours of it. That was it. But I still listened to it just because it was interesting. So
how did they find it?
Very good actually. I think it's weird. It's a weird one that. Sorry, it's completely off topic now. Sorry, Vicky. But this is. It sold terribly, right? Like really badly. But it's a unanimous opinion that it is significantly better than the first game.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, oh, okay. Which is very odd. I don't know.
You know, maybe if you looked at those games as an individual game by itself.
Yeah, not a sequel.
Yeah, because if you play the first one, you kind of want something similar to that. But if you see it as something completely separate, I kind of understand it.
Yeah.
Maybe I went into it in the wrong angle. Maybe I needed to be a bit more, open-minded and kind of take the whole Evil Within one.
Yeah, because that was the issue with me as well. Comparing, you know, I really liked that linear gameplay of the first one, and then when it stretched out to open world, it was kind of like, oh, this is jarring. But maybe I was just because I was comparing it to the first one. Like, you're right.
That would be such a good game to have as one
of our Moonlights.
Yeah.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I just thought about that. I'd love to play it with some. Oh man! All right,
Anyway,
back to the feedback. We did get an email from our happy Pickle back this week.
Hey.
Decided to send in what looks like another ridiculous question.
Cool, she's keeping it fresh. I like it.
More of these things. She starts with, "Hi Pickles. Loved the last couple of weeks listening to hours of chatting and laughing. I have been in fits of laughter at times. I do miss your top 3 games, but I understand why it's become difficult."
I miss them as well. I really do. Like, especially in terms of feedback, it was a really hard decision to make to stop it, because most of our feedback was hearing people's things, which we loved. We loved hearing, you know, our listeners' like favourite things and whatnot. But like, I don't know, it just became too hard to keep going, I think, and it meant other sections were lacking. So, but I do miss it. I agree.
It's a shame that there's only like a certain amount of length we can have in these podcasts, because
Yeah.
I'm sure we could go for hours.
We could. No, we honestly could. But it gets to the point where people will not even click on it because they can see.
Yeah.
It's already at that point. A lot of people that I've told about it have like looked at the podcast and been like, "It's 3 hours long. Are you taking the piss?" And I'm sorry. But yeah.
It's really annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe we could like speed it up by like time 1.5.
Yes. Times 5.
Hey guys,
man.
how you doing?
Welcome to
It continues by saying, great hearing Adam's thoughts in the games you've been playing.
Yeah.
I think you give plenty of warnings and spoilers, and sometimes it's useful to hear the various individual experiences of a game, as it was clear that whilst all 4 of you have played the same game, there were areas which some of you miss and may have enjoyed had you known about them prior to playing. Which is very true.
Yeah.
My question for this week is, if you were given an elephant which you could not sell or give away, what would you do with it? Please don't anyone suggest eating it. Looking forward to Monday. Your happy Pickler.
Sorry, what?
So,
what sort of question is that?
you have an elephant, you got to do something with it.
But you can't give it away or sell it. Any ideas, Kev?
Okay, is this a bit different? But like, I'd try and get in touch with some kind of safari.
Nah, it's giving it away, man.
Is it giving it away or is it setting it free?
It's still giving it away.
No, because I'm not giving it to the safari people. I'm just getting transport for the elephant to said African place.
I suppose, yeah.
But that's not really the point of the question, is it?
No.
I would...
Stop trying to find loopholes, Kev.
Yeah. I'd buy a lot of peanuts for sure, because I've heard they like peanuts. And then maybe try and make something, like, get people that can come and ride the elephant or something. Obviously, make sure the elephant's in good condition stuff.
No,
and
that's bad. Apparently, it's bad for them if people ride on them.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You know what I'd do? I'd order another elephant and I'd make them fight.
Okay, the wildlife activists are going to love this podcast.
An elephant off.
Elephant off.
What could you do with it? You just make a cage.
It's a pet,
keep it, yeah. Just stroke it and feed it some water.
Yeah, just keep it in the garden, like.
You know what? Teach it how to garden so it can always spray the water on the flowers.
Yeah. We'll give him like a little trough of water and just show him where all the flowers are. Just be like, water it, do it.
Do elephants drink through their noses? Or do they spray it into their mouth with their nose?
I don't know.
Is it called a nose? What is it called? I mean, I know it's called a trunk, but is it a type of nose? Do they smell for it?
Oh, God. You know what? The more I think about elephants, the more weird they are. Like, they've just got this, like, really long, dangly nose. I just can't. Like a Squidward.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd just keep it as a pet, to be honest, and just I'd find a genetic like enhancement which means they never grow, so I could have like a tiny elephant.
Aww.
Could you imagine having like a little dwarf elephant in your house? His little noise they make should just be like. It's so cute.
He's pretty old. My cat, well, one of my cats, he's such a big cat. He's basically like a dog, and he has the most pathetic meow I think any cat has ever had. It's just like, ah! And you think, dude, you're huge. If anything, you should be roaring like a lion.
Nah,
but instead,
it's just a really deep husky voice, man. It's like,
good day. Welcome to the Praise the Pickle podcast.
Alright, yeah, that's our elephant response. There you go. Thank you for that gaming related question.
Yeah. Teach you how to play video games so it can be the extra.
Oh yeah.
You always got someone. Yeah, it'd be like, in Shaun of the Dead when the big one becomes the zombie and he's in his garage just playing games all day. Like,
The big one.
That's his official name.
That's my favourite film of all time.
Yeah,
Like, the big one. Like,
I can't remember his name.
Ed.
Oh yeah, he screamed it, Ed!
Ed! Oh, bollocks! That is my favourite word in the English language, right? And just that bit where he gets all the zombies' attention, it's just like, hey, oh, bollocks! I fucking love it. So good. Anyway,
sorry. Oh god.
Any more feedback?
No.
Cool.
I believe that is it.
Cool. Thanks, Vicky and Happy Pickler.
Yeah. We have our few people that have.
We do.
You know what? We want some new people. We want some new people to give us feedback.
Yeah.
We want one of you people out there.
You guys
just
over in South Carolina. Come on.
Even if you also send a message saying frog.
Just say anything, man. Just say
anything.
Hi.
But they don't know how to do that, Ben.
They don't know how to say hi.
No, they don't know where they have to go for it.
Ooh, that is a good point, Kevin. If people wanna just say hi, how do they do it?
Well, Ben, we've gone back to the old ways. I feel like last week didn't have its
Spaghetti.
I mean, yeah. Do.
Are you ready? I can wait all day. Don't worry.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if. I feel like there needs to be a countdown in my head. All right. Welcome to the best podcast. There's Ben and Kev and Dan. We will always have a blast because there is no plan.
Oh yeah.
Search Praise the Pickle on Facebook. Get on your computer and take a look. Do the same thing on Twitter. You can do it on the shitter. Praise the Pickle podcast at gmail.com is the email. This is like the holy grail. Like, subscribe and rate us. Ouch, I just popped a spot and there's so much pus.
Oh man.
Ratings go a long way. That way we're more likely to stay. This has been your handsome young man Kevin. I can't be bothered to rhyme anymore. Back to you, Benjamin.
Beautiful.
Absolutely
Thank beautiful.
You.
That had some serious disgusting bits. Shitter and pus. Like, is that what we can come up with?
That's been my whole week. I've spent most of the time. It was yeah. I mean, I literally wrote this before we started this.
Good man.
Usually I do it kind of during the week at work, but I've worked for all of my lunches this week, so.
Well, you did it, and it was glorious. But Kevin, if people, are anti-rap and didn't, you know, people just can't follow rap.
It's true.
People listen, but they're not quite following the lyrics.
I feel like my bars are too fast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, too much fire. What? How do they contact us?
So Facebook and Twitter, you just search up Praise the Pickle. Email is praisethepicklepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can go on Instagram. Got an Instagram page where I put in little Ben.
Yeah.
The actual artist he is drawing little pictures, and they're very, very clever. And we have our little pickle man.
Our mascot man.
Yeah, some say that's where Dan is right now. He's actually there. He's just stuck eating pickles in his bedroom.
Yeah.
And he's eating so many that he can't actually talk. He's got one stuck up.
It's all part of the podcast lore.
But yeah, Instagram. It's just Praise the Pickle podcast. Don't go Praise the Pickle because that's a random man. And then got a website which you can go on. Actually, the other week. I got a hold of our little Praise the Pickle business cards, I call them.
Yeah.
And and I had a look at the little. It has on our card. It has that little code thing that you shine your camera on, and it opens up the website.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I was very.
It's because you have to pay for it, and they didn't tell us we had to pay for it.
Oh, that's a bit stupid.
Yeah. So it worked at first, and then after like a week, it was like a trial, and they didn't tell us, and then we have to pay like £5 a month or something for the QR code to activate.
Fun that. Yeah, that's how you do that.
And now we have a little announcement to make.
Oh?
If you are listening to this right now, then you could be one of the first people on our poll. That's right, guys. We have
a big pole outside, and everyone's going to climb it.
All 5 of our listeners are going to climb this pole. Okay.
They're going to climb and get that. Have you in summer when I went to Barcelona? They had a tomato throwing festival, and there they have a big pole that it's basically all full of grease, and at the top there's a big ham, and you basically have to just like chip away at all the grease and stuff, and everyone's climbing on each other. And I think only once since it started has anyone actually got this ham.
Jesus Christ!
So that's what we're gonna do.
No, so if you guys obviously looking at our little statistics, our moonlighting episode was quite popular. A lot of people actually listened to it. So
did they?
Yeah, it was more popular than most of our normal episodes.
Oh Jesus!
So we're continuing this shebang, and we're doing it every month. But apart from this month, because this month is the Game of the Year.
Oh.
So from January, what's happened is me, Kevin, Daniel have all decided a game to put forward for the Moonlightage in January. And for those that haven't listened to the Moonlight episode, it's basically an in-depth review, analysis sort of thing of a game. And special announcement, you heard it here first, guys. Mr. Adam frickin' Skinner is in the house. That's right.
What right now?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I can invite him if you want. He did say he was free. But,
you know what? Get him in. Get him in. mid podcast.
All right. But anyway, Adam has decided he will join us for the foreseeable future on all Moonlighting episodes because he really enjoyed the last one. So he is going to be our 4th man for those special episodes, which is exciting.
And our happy Pickle has said, be very happy to have him back. Well, it seemed very happy to have him back.
Yeah. We love Adam. We love Adam. So
I just hope this time he doesn't keep staring me in the eyes. It was very freaky last time.
What?
But we did it all together, and he just kept staring at me when he was talking, and I was a bit like... He's talking to everyone, okay, not just me.
We'll teach him the ropes. You have to look everywhere apart from people's eyes.
It's making me really uncomfortable.
Anyway, so we've all put one game forward for our special super duper Moonlighting episode in January, and these are our 4 games. Devil May Cry 5.
Was that my one I put forward?
I can't remember.
Alright.
After Party.
That was yours.
Yeah, let me explain what these are, so for people...
After Party? Oh no, it was Overcooked. I can't remember what I wanted to play.
Anyway, Devil May Cry 5, most people know what it is. It's basically a hack and slash game, really stylised, Japanese, awesome, demon-killing game, but it's supposed to be very, 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 very good. I've actually played about 3 or 4 hours of it, and it is very good, but it'll be cool to do like an in-depth analysis of it. After Party is a game where you and your friend go to hell. Oh, hell! And you play loads of drinking games with hell's minions, basically.
Oh, it's this one.
Yeah, it looks really cool. And the next game is Indivisible, which is a side-scroll RPG game, like turn-based combat sort of style, and it looks really good, and it's supposed to be really, really good, and it would be interesting. That's definitely something different that we're not so used to playing. Yeah, so it'll be interesting doing an analysis of that. And finally, we thought to kick off the new year, in the praise the pickle fashion, Dark Souls 3. That's right, they don't all have to be new games. You can do old games as well. And a lot of us, most of us in fact, haven't played or got very far in Dark Souls 3. So, if you guys...
I'm actually like a little bit of the way through on my Xbox. I bought it like, not too long ago.
Yeah, I've played about 10 hours of it, to be fair, but you know, if you guys are feeling really cruel out there and you want us to have to complete Dark Souls 3 in 1 month, then vote for that. But if you're not feeling cruel, then vote for anything else.
All I'm saying is I'm literally playing a game right now like Dark Souls, and
it's going to be worse for you.
It's going to be just I want to cry, but it's not up to me. If you guys want to see me in pain, then vote for Dark Souls.
Oh my god, my cough's back. Why does it come back every time I podcast? Right, so the poll will be up today. That's right. If you're listening to this on Monday, the poll will be up on all the social medias. Just comment on it, saying we'll keep the statistics and stuff. Just comment the game that you want us to play and you want to hear a lovely in-depth analyses, moonlightage of.
And if you really like one of the games a lot, feel free to go on all the social medias and put your vote in on all of them.
Only once on each, but you can put it on all of them if you want.
Yeah, so you can have up to 4 votes, I guess, then?
Yeah,
Twitter... Oh, no. Wait, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Yep, and while you're there, just click that little follow or like, you know, that little follow button. Might as well, I mean, it's no harm, is it? And yeah, so you guys can decide what we're going to play in January, and please don't pick Dark Souls, because I only have so much sanity left. Excellent, that's it. That's it, we're done with the feedback, aren't we?
I think so, yeah.
So should bang our way into news?
Yeah, this is where usually, obviously, our buddy boy Dan would do.
Yeah.
But he's dog ate homework today, so that's why he couldn't make it.
But you know, what can you do?
Gizmo decided to turn from a cat to a dog today, so it's a mess over there. But yeah, big week.
Hey, we just got some live feedback.
What?
That's like the alarm sounding for live feedback.
Oh, we did.
Go.
All right. Vicky has popped in again.
Go on, Vicky.
Since I couldn't watch the Outer World Spotlight, could you give some spoiler-free feedback? I'm about 5 hours in and still not sure if I'm going to carry on or not, so it'll be great to hear. Well, our lovely Vicky.
Let's summarise each of the categories, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
So
gameplay.
Utter dog.
No, it wasn't that
bad. I feel like in this day and age
was the weakest part by far, yeah.
Yeah. In this day and age you should have enough gameplay, and it was just so bog standard and mediocre.
It was very basic, yeah. It was. I mean, we talked about the bloody, what do you call it? You know.
Yeah. The slow effects.
The actual gunplay and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And you know the fluidity of it and stuff. But then we also talked about the systems, and we didn't really like the systems. The upgrading systems were a bit naff. It didn't. Basically, to summarise, it didn't really feel like you could create your own character.
Everyone was the same thing essentially by the end of it.
And we gave that a pretty low score. I think we gave it like a 5 out of 10 for gameplay. Then we did the visual. Visual was quite high, which was basically it looks very nice and very colourful, and each planet has its own sort of palette, and it looks really pretty, basically. And like I can't remember what Dan called it, the skybox, that was what we called it.
Yeah.
Like the sky just looks amazing in every place, and one of my highlights of the game was when you walked to a new location and then you look out in front of you, all the asteroids and stuff, and it looks awesome. The characters looked okay. It was visually it was quite good for a low budget game. It was quite impressive. Audio, the voice acting is very good. The sound effects are very good. Audio was our favourite part of it, and
we was all very fond of Pavati.
Yeah, we love Pavati. Yeah, but it was quite astoundingly good, considering it didn't really have a soundtrack and it was just sound effects. It was, yeah, very good. Sorry, my bloody voice is going again. Story was okay. It didn't really, again, it felt fairly linear. It felt like you had like, you know, a B, C, D sort of option on each planet as to what you do, but it didn't really have a massive impact throughout, in my opinion. But it was pretty good. And then what was the last one? Value. It was pretty good value for money. You get a good 15 hours out of it easily, and you know, especially on Game Pass, you can't really go wrong. So I'm
pretty sure that's probably where she's got it from, because I know she's got Xbox.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But I think we ended up giving it a 72.5. I think.
Yeah, I think it was about that, wasn't it?
So 70 is like just over a 7 out of 10, basically, and it is good. There are better games out there. But it is quite nice that it's only about 15 hours. So, because she said she's about 5 hours in, right?
Yeah.
I would say persist and just play through it, because it's still a good game. There's nothing.
I'd say going forwards, taking more of the environment and don't really worry too much about like the shooting of people, and kind of concentrate on more of the story and what people are saying and all the individual little bits, and make sure you walk around your spaceship and find the robot, because some people don't do that.
Just Kevin. No, it's a decent game, and it's a valiant effort. 72.5 for a low budget,
indie game.
Yeah, I think we all agreed that it was better than Fallout. So if you played Fallout and you liked Fallout, then you'd probably still enjoy it. But it's not on the level of Skyrim or something, in our opinion, I don't think. I mean, to strike up direct comparisons,
And I mean, Skyrim is quite a long game, isn't it? That is. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of more. Think of this as a expansion pack.
Kind of, yeah. Right. Anyway, that's your little kind of spoilery free thing. But it's up to you whether you continue. I would recommend persisting if you've got the time for it. But if you want some shorter games, then send us some feedback, because I've got a million indie games that I can recommend that are just astounding. So
Sekiro's quite a short game.
Yeah, Sekiro's quite easy as well, I've heard.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, thank you, Vicky, for your second bit of feedback. On to the news. The news. This is the news. How do you want to do this? So this week was pretty manic, to be honest. There was, last few weeks we've had like pretty much no news, as standard December sort of is.
And
then this week we've had a PlayStation State of Play, an Nintendo Indie Showcase, and the Game Awards. So instead of doing your conventional news, we're just going to go through each one, basically. So, Kevin, you've watched State of Play, right?
I did.
Do you want to go through that, and then I'll go through the other two?
Yeah. Right, cool. I want to point out, if anyone hasn't watched State of Play, I'd say give it a watch, because it's very easy. They don't mess around with it. They kind of just.
I love State of Play.
It essentially was
20 minutes.
Yeah, and it was just.
Game.
Yeah. It was like it was on like a scrolling thing, so like a game, and then it would scroll to the left, and then another like game trailer, and another game. And yeah, it was just. I was very happy that it was like that, because
it's definitely my favourite form of like thingy, like how they all have their conferences and their massive shebangs. I love PlayStation's one, just 20 minutes straight to the point. Like,
and the person talking over it doesn't talk too much, just kind of gives you a small overview, a little bit of background, that's it.
She pretty much says a sentence, that's it. She literally goes, blah, this game's coming out in April 2020, and it's a hack and slash game made by the developers of this game, and the next game is, it's just like straight to the point. Yeah,
it's brilliant. So it starts out with a little ducky or a little goose. I think it starts out like that.
I'm pretty sure it is. Don't worry too much about the order. But.
So, for people that don't know, a lovely game called the Untitled Goose Game. I just
vaped on mic, didn't I? Sorry.
Was the start of it, and it basically said that it's coming to PS4. So, all you lovers of pissing off people as a goose, head over to your PS4. It's going to be there come the new year.
It? Would you recommend it? No, it's this month, December 17th.
Oh, is it this month? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd recommend it. I'd say give it a go. It's such a different way of playing the game.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. It's quite fun.
Good. Yeah, do it. I'm surprised it hasn't come out on PS4 already, to be honest. Odd that it came out on PC first, but they probably had was it on Epic Games Store?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably had an exclusivity deal where Epic Games paid them like £4 billion or something for a week.
And then, and then it moves on to, maybe it doesn't move on to this, but there was a new, what's it called, game?
VR?
No, that's what I was talking. Okay, there was one VR game, called Paper Cut or Paper World?
Paper Beast.
Paper Beast.
Yeah.
Looked, in my opinion,
dreadful.
So crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looked so boring. But to be fair, it is very hard to sell a VR game because you have no idea what it's like when you're actually in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that,
you look
but
at any VR game on the surface, you're just a bit like...
it doesn't say you any premises to the game. You just walk around looking at animals made out of paper. Yeah. And then you kind of move them around and you stop them. It's just
attach a helium balloons to them and they just fly away. It looked a bit naff, but there might be more to it. We don't know.
Maybe,
it might have just been like a tech demo sort of thing.
It wasn't the greatest of demos to
debut, yeah.
There was a what's it called? A battle royale game. It's like a magic one.
Oh my god, this looked so good.
It was kind of like a Japanese style, but basically everyone's like wizards, basically.
It looked so good, man. I've seen this before. I've seen trailer of this before.
Have you?
Oh my god, it looks insane.
Yeah.
Like obviously, a lot of people have played Diablo. Have you played Diablo, Kev?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you played it with me, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. I still want to play that game, but
it's really good. Yeah. It's basically imagine Diablo Battle Royale, but from like a third person sort of perspective, like over the shoulder perspective. And you got all these massive spells, like you can just get like meteors from the sky and freaking, freeze people and snowstorms and lightning strikes and all sorts. But in a battle royale style, so you land with nothing, standard formula, and then you go and pick up all these spells and stuff. And I could just imagine the final battle just being absolutely insane. Like, oh my god, I can't wait to play this game.
This game could be amazing as long as they balance it right. These type of games, they need their balancing team on point.
Yep.
I feel like
it's a problem with all battle royale games, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, but I feel with most battle royale games, guns, they don't tend to really make that much difference. I mean, if you have a good aim
good
and you shoot people, yeah. With this, I mean, you could have some kind of, like I said, a meteor or coming down, and it potentially could just one hit you, or everyone using the same character because it has that one thing that just,
Yeah.
But you have to. I feel like these things you have to be optimistic.
Yeah, if they balance it right, then I'm well up for it, man. Because my issue with battle royale games is the reason they get sale is because they're all technically the same. They're all just shooting games.
Yeah,
having like a spell casting game would be so good.
There was one kind of similar to it.
Realm Royale. Is that what
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But it didn't really take off that much.
Nah, it was a bit of a Fortnite clone, to be fair. So.
And then what other games we got? There was one actually. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, no one cares.
Cool.
It was an expansion pass for Kingdom Hearts 3, and the only significant thing was that there was no Disney in it because Disney have cut ties with it now, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. So
I didn't really recognise. I thought I'd kind of expect Daffy Duck and all these little Mickey Mouse and that.
Just the anime side of it, which is like the worst part of it anyway. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that game's gonna die down quickly.
Yep.
And then there was Dreams.
Yeah. So this has finally got a release date, which is exciting.
Yeah, and it kind of just looks as if you can do whatever you want in this. You can kind of create your own games.
Yeah, it's basically a game building,
kind of like a garage mod.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but you can make proper it's like a fully fledged engine, and you can make like the trailer. If you watch the trailer, because the amount of different games that are in there is insane. Like the different breadth of games is incredible, from this one engine, and you can make it all just through your PS4. Like it's mad. But I don't know if it's going to kick off. I don't know if it's because it's a very particular audience of people that like making games. So
I think it's going to require a lot of time and.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
I feel as if you're going to have a set few people that are going to be able to do all this, and then people aren't going to be bothered because it's other. I mean, it has a potential.
I think it might do well. I don't know how it works, but obviously you buy Dreams to make games, but then do you need to buy Dreams to play the games that people have made? Because if that's the case, it'll probably do quite well because there's going to be a lot of good games on it. Do you know what I mean? You can buy Dreams and then you can play all these games that people are making for just the price of buying.
And people out there are creative.
Yeah, like some of the it's incredible. You look, someone's like remade PT, for example, in Dreams.
Oh really?
Yeah, like you can pretty much do anything in it. It's mad.
Jesus. Where do we go next? There was Ghost. No. What's it called? It's kind of looks like Sekiro.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it was a very, very short trailer. But
oh, I have it right here, Tsushima. That looks good. I'm very excited for it.
Have you seen the other trailer for it?
I haven't.
Watch the E3 trailer from this year. No, last year. Watch the E3 trailer. It looks immense. Like, it looks so good.
Okay. Alright, I'll definitely give that a look. And the artwork looks, well, for the front of the game looks amazing. What else we got? Memory's not keeping up.
I can shout out. I've got a list of everything here.
Yeah, I thought about writing it down, but I was having a poo at the time. So.
Right, so you got Superliminal, which is that perspective game.
Yeah,
which looks very interesting.
It does.
So
kind of reminds me of what's it called? That one I played for my game of the month.
Oh, Stanley's Parable.
Yeah, but just a bit of a different take on it.
Yeah, like more interesting actual mechanics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks quite cool. So basically, like, it's all about perspective, quite literally. So if you grab like a item and then walk further away,
or you lift it up into the sky, it
becomes bigger because it's bigger according to the backdrop sort of thing. I can't really explain it. If you look at a trailer for it, it makes sense. But apparently it didn't. It's been out on PC for a while and it didn't review very well, so I'm not too bothered about it. Babylon's Fall was another one.
Yeah, I'm
interested.
Very interested.
This was announced at E3 some time ago with just the title screen.
Okay.
And no one's ever seen any stuff of it. But the hype is that it's Square Enix and Platinum Games. Platinum Games are the people that make like Bayonetta and stuff. So like they're like hardcore good hack and slash creators, basically. It looked quite cool. I mean, wasn't much to say about it. It's just they just showed some action stuff off. The environments looked really cool though.
Yeah, very old.
Like big massive towers and yeah, it looked pretty good. Like standard sort of Square Enix stuff, but we had Predator Hunting Grounds.
That looked awful.
It looked terrible. It looked so clunky. It looked
like a
PS2 game. It was like, what the hell? And I mean, I've never really been interested in it, but I like the idea of it. I quite like the idea of playing Predator against like 4 humans, sort of thing. Could be quite cool. But then
I don't get why they choose these games as their.
Well, to be fair, the people that made it are the people that made that Friday the 13th game, which is the same sort of principle. Where you play as whatever his name is, Johnny or whatever, Jimmy. What's his name? The baddie in Friday the 13th.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you play Jason with the hockey mask. Yeah, you play as him, and then there's 4 people and they run away and you have to try and get them, sort of thing. So it's the same sort of idea, just with Predator skin, I guess. And they introduced like a new class system for the Predators, so you could play like 4 different types of Predators. But it looked garbage. I can't believe this is even coming out in this generation, to be honest. What else?
Resident Evil.
Oh my god, this was so hype, right? Because, so I don't know if you clocked onto this, Kev, but you know Project Resistance?
I've heard of it.
So they basically said, now a word from Capcom about the single player of their multiplayer game, Project Resistance. And Project Resistance was announced a couple of years ago. Oh my god, my voice. Announced a couple of years ago as being like a co-op Resident Evil game. And in the past, they've done co-op Resident Evil games and they've been rubbish, like Operation Raccoon City and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, your automatic thought is, okay, it's the single player portion of Project Resistance, which is their little spin-off game that they're doing. And then they showed the trailer for Resident Evil 3 Remake. And it turns out that they basically spoofed us. They were like, this is the single player of Project Resistance. But when in reality, the single player of that, it's the other way around. Resident Evil 3 is coming out, and Project Resistance, the multiplayer, is the multiplayer of Resident Evil 3. So they announced it backwards, which was just so clever, man. And it looked, it was a CGI trailer, it looked really cool, and it's going to be amazing. And it's coming out next April.
Yeah, I know.
It's coming out in April. It's so soon. That's so freaking hyped, man. Kev, we're playing that together, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so excited for that, man. It's going to be amazing. I think that was everything that I got down.
Okay.
Did you get anything else from State of Play?
Not that I can remember.
Cool. All right. I'll go through the indie showcase quickly because there wasn't anything. It's an indie showcase. There's loads of new indie games, basically. The hypiest one was Axiom Verge 2.
Oh, yeah.
Axiom Verge 1 I've played. It's like that sci-fi Metroid, that Super Metroid style game. It's really good. And they're bringing out a second one after like 6 years, which is really cool. Streets of Rage 4 is coming out. We all knew this anyway. It was just a new trailer and said it's coming out early next year, I think. This one was quite funny. A game called Gleamlight. And this is when I tuned into it because I watched it live just after the State of Play.
Okay.
And I tuned it at this point and I was like, hey, this is the new Hollow Knight game. And then I was like, this looks crap. What's going on? And it's basically just a complete rip-off of Hollow Knight called Gleamlight. And I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that, because in the news this week, they are being absolutely shat on because of how much of a rip-off it is. Like, their trailer has got, like, 75% dislikes now.
Oh, my God.
And you know, like, I think Kotaku, or one of the big game journalists, has reached out to them saying, have you intentionally made a complete rip-off of Hollow Knight? Are you aware that Hollow Knight exists? And they were just like, yeah, we're aware of that game, Hollow Knight, but no, our game is nothing like that. And honestly, if you watch a side-by-side comparison of Hollow Knight and Gleamlight, Gleamlight is just a shite version of Hollow Knight. It's so funny. Next game is called Super Mash, which is quite an interesting concept, but I don't think it'll really be that good. Basically, you work in a video game store and you mash up two genres of game together, and it procedurally generates a game using those two genres. So it's like a game, a on-the-fly game creating game. Does that make sense? So like you could pick up like RPG and rhythm action game, and then it creates a game using those two bases. So a rhythm action RPG which uses rhythm action elements. If that makes sense. Or action and horror, and it creates an action horror game or whatever. Yeah. But it looked quite cool because there was quite a large breadth of games. There was a game that looked like Sims in there. There were side scroll games. There were third person games. There were, you know what I mean? Like, I'm interested to see how they're gonna pull that off. But
yeah, it's definitely a unique take on the game.
Yeah. Next one was a new update for Dauntless, which is very popular. Do you know Dauntless, Kev?
No.
It's kind of like a Monster Hunter rip-off in a way.
Oh, okay.
It's free to play, and it's like one of the pioneers of cross-play games. It's one of the first games that allow cross-play on all platforms. It looks quite cool, to be fair. It looks like even more of a Japanese take on Monster Hunter. But they also announced that it was being released on that day. So they were like, and it's coming out today on Switch, and it got released. So, and it's free to play as well, so I might pick it up at some point, give it a whirl. But I mean, as a Monster Hunter fan, I'll probably just find it really frustrating, so it's probably not for me. But then there was Dreamscaper, which is like a top-down, this is what I've written, top-down shooter dungeon crawler where you play out your nightmares each night and things that happen in the waking world change you in the dreams. Looks quite...
that sounds quite cool.
Yeah, it looks quite cool. And then they announced, which was probably one of the bigger ones for a lot of people, the Survivalists, which is made by the people that made The Escapists. And it uses the same engine, and you basically have to survive on a desert island sort of thing. And it looks alright, I guess, but probably quite good for some people.
You didn't enjoy Escapist, did you?
I didn't really, no. But again, I just don't think it was for me. I don't like open-ended games, really. I like a conclusion, you know.
The conclusion is you escape.
That's true. And then fair point, touche. And the last game, which was the best looking one by far, is called Liberated, which was so cool. You basically play through a comic book. So like, you know, like each square in a comic book, you play through each one of those. So like the screen is like, okay, so you open up the comic book and it opens up, and then like you go to the first box, and you're doing something, and then the next two boxes might progress the story a little bit, and then it goes to the next one and you're doing something else. But it looked really cool. It was like black and white, and it just look at a trailer for that. It looks very, very, very good. I'm very much looking forward to that.
All right.
And all these games are either coming out like very soon or start next year, or they're all within 2020 basically. So quite cool. It was an okay showcase. It wasn't hypey really. And then the Game Awards. Oh God! Right, I'm gonna just power through these because there's quite a lot of them. So lots of game announcements. So the biggest one, which I'm sure everyone is aware of by this point, the Xbox was revealed. The name and the case. So we've got a name of Xbox Series X.
Yes.
What do you think of that name, Kev?
Bit long.
It is a little bit, isn't it?
I don't understand why they can't just call it an Xbox 2. I don't know. Give it something a bit, or an Xbox X. Who knows?
Well, they already had Xbox One X, didn't they? I don't know. It's like they wanted to call it the Xbox X, but they didn't want people to get confused with the Xbox One X, so they put Series in the middle. It was a bit like, the case.
It's very big and bulky.
It's very big. It looks very stylish, don't get me wrong. It looks very nice, like in comparison to the original Xbox One, for example.
Compared to PS5?
I mean, if that PS5 case is real, then it looks a lot better than the PS5 case, yeah. But the issue is that it's horizontal. So, like, you know, TV stands over the last 30 years have been designed to cater for horizontal is left to right, isn't it? Sorry, it's vertical, not horizontal. Yeah, you know, they've been designed for horizontal consoles, so they fit into those little shelves. But this one's like a big tower, like a PC. I don't understand where people are going to fit that into their. I mean,
I'm guessing you can turn it. I mean, mine's upwards right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know if you. I don't know. Maybe if you can, then I guess. But it's still massive, though.
Yeah, it's too square. Yeah. Because you can't really slot it in anywhere. It's just a bit of a lump.
Yeah, I'm curious as to whether that's because of the hardware that's inside. If it's got that,
insane, I can imagine. Yeah,
because like you look at the size of a GTX 1080 graphics card, that's not going to fit into a conventional console. No way. And even if it does, it would just melt. Like, so I imagine it's because of airflow and things like that. I imagine. So, in which case, fuck it. I'd rather have a better console that looks like crap, but if it runs things better, then who cares? But that's very exciting, yeah.
And then, with that game, the game that's being released with it is Halo Infinite.
Oh, is it? Was that announced?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that bit.
Which I guess for every Xbox lover out there is amazing, because near enough every Xbox lover out there likes Halo. And I haven't seen anything about Infinite, but from what I can gather, that's the game that's coming with it.
It'll probably be really good, to be honest. I doubt that Halo 5 wasn't very good, wasn't amazing or something, and so they would have learnt from their mistakes from that and gone back to their roots, I imagine. But it will probably be very good. I mean,
yeah,
I imagine, yeah. But also, the trailer that they showed, the first like in-engine trailer that I'm aware of, was from a little company called Ninja Theory.
Oh,
And
Happy Pickler, listen up.
it was only Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
That's right, Happy Pickler. You've got a second one to argue about.
Yeah, and it looked like bloody intense, man. Jesus Christ, that trailer was just like, oh, yeah, madness. But looked very nice. I mean, again, the issue with these announcements, right? They go, "This is an in-game engine thing," but I'm watching it on like a little phone screen. I can't see the difference between. Do you know what I mean? Like that, the fidelity and how it looks is going to be limited by whatever I'm playing.
Yeah, but they can't cater for that, can they? They just assume that you're going to be watching it on something half decent.
Yeah, I know. But you know what I mean? Like YouTube limits it to 1080p in most cases, so it's like, how am I supposed to tell what this looks like? Anyway,
well, yeah, you got to buy it and find out.
Yeah. Well, I'm still debating what I'm going to get next gen. I'll probably have to see what the the release consoles are. So Charlotte just brought me some water because my throat was killing me, and I've just downed like a litre of water, and now my stomach's like, bruv, what are you doing? Right. Anyway, I'm just gonna speed through most of these. So, Final Fantasy VII remake, new trailer,
coming out, yeah.
Very exciting.
Amazon New World.
Hey, I'm doing my order. Okay, you're gonna confuse me. Gearbox, who are the people that made Borderlands? Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. They are working on a game called Godfall, which is the first officially PS5 announced game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a CGI trailer. It looked okay, I guess. And they described it as a looter slasher game. So instead of looter shooter, it's looter slasher. So melee weapons, I guess. Could be, yeah. It didn't seem to have like the comedy aspects or anything that Borderlands had. It looked very much serious and very much
darker and stuff.
Yeah. Then we had a couple of. This is not an order, so I don't know why I'm saying then. But in my list, then I have a couple of League of Legends story games.
Oh yeah, Convergence.
So, yeah, we've got. Oh, is that what that says? Convergence.
Yeah.
Because it's spelt like someone that's never written anything in English before. It's like conv/RGENCE.
I read this off of a website off of GameSpot. I didn't actually. I've got the official thing. So
it doesn't matter, yeah. But I mean, now that you've said it, I can see
Convergence.
that a spastic would read that as Convergence. Which is a League of Legends story, which is an action platformer game where you play as Echo, which is quite cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Echo. He's a cool champion. And they're also doing something called Ruined King. Is that right?
I didn't get that bit. I only got the Convergence,
which is like an RPG turn-based game, I think. With really, apparently, as they described, of course they would, really interesting turn-based mechanics.
Just like their lottery version of chess.
Yeah. But I think it's set in Bilgewater, which is like that the towns or something. Yeah. Mm. And it has a story focused on Gangplank, I think, which is cool because I love Gangplank.
He's a good, it's cool.
Oh, every time I think about Gangplank, I want to play League of Legends again, man.
I think about going back to it so much.
We should play a bit today, Kev.
Oh my god!
Let's do it. Come on. And then I haven't watched all of this, so I can't really describe most of these. But Gears Tactics, which I think I imagine is just like a Halo Wars.
It's a spoof version, yeah.
Yeah. Which could be quite cool, to be fair. I quite like tactic games, and Halo Wars was pretty good, and XCOM's really good, and there are good ones out there. So if they do it well, then I'm on board. Then we had Warframe and Control DLC. Don't care. Control can burn in hell. Warframe is supposed to be very good, but yeah.
Can I just say, last week, when your anger for Control was so much fun.
No,
it was
man.
so funny listening to how...
I don't understand it, Kev. I don't get it. We'll get onto this with the Game Award winners, right? What is going on? Am I in some alternate universe where Control is considered a freaking good game? It is not. It's terrible. I don't understand it. Anyway, they showed a trailer for a game called Prologue, which showed literally nothing.
Do you know who that's made by?
No. The
PUBG creator.
Oh god. All right. Sorry. Automatic reflex reaction. Sorry. Apparently,
if anything, it's just going to be broken and buggy.
Yeah. The trailer, the graphics look really nice, but we'll see what happens when the actual game comes out. It'll be like,
how can a game coming out soon have that vast better graphics than a game that's been out for so long? And I don't understand why they don't do something. Oh.
I know.
PUBG will just confuse me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. It will just infuriate me for the rest of my time. Apparently they showed Wolf Among Us 2, which is quite exciting. I think it's Telltale, the studio that's now dead, but they made all those story-driven point-and-click games sort of thing. And it was one of their most popular games, so Wolf Among Us 2 would be really cool. I don't understand who's making it, because... Oh, it's just, that other company brought the rights to them. Yeah, that's cool. Very exciting. And then they showed a game called Naraka Blade Point, which kind of looks like For Honor, but made by a Chinese company and got like samurais or something in it. So something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Magic Legends, an MMO game, had a really cool CGI trailer. It looked awesome. I mean, anything that Magic Legends do, all of their trailers look amazing. So yeah, I'm not surprised. But it is an MMO game. If it's a good, really solid MMO game set in the Magic the Gathering universe, I am 100% on board, because their like stories and their character creation and stuff is incredible, like insane. It's like a good version of World of Warcraft, But I'll be well up for that. Apparently, you can sign up for the beta now, so I might have to have a look at that. A game by Arcane, which is the company that made Dishonored and Prey. Yeah. They are making a game which is called Weird West. Super funny, guys. Don't you just hate it when they put a joke in the title?
Yeah.
I just hate it. It's just like, oh, get it. It's so witty. Great, yeah. Just give it a good name, you soppy bastards. And it's basically like a Wild West time, but with like a fantasy take on it, with like werewolves and stuff in it. And it looks like Disco Elysium, so like that top-down RPG sort of game. Looked really good, actually. And
sounds quite good.
And if it's made by Arcane, it could actually... I love the fact that Arcane are making something different now, and not just your first-person sort of style action game. So I'm well up for that, yeah. And they showed a trailer for a game called Sons of the Forest, which... Oh, Kevin, you have to watch this trailer. It is the trippiest shite I've seen in ages, honestly. Like, there was this bit where it looked like a girl was like having sex, and then suddenly she stands up and has 3 legs and 4 arms and 2 heads, and then
that's usual every day walking down the street.
Yeah. But it just looked.
Sorry.
Yeah, it just looked insane, like completely insane. It was like a horror game, but I'm up for it. Yeah. And then the worst trailer I have ever seen in my entire life. You also have to watch this one, Kev. Someone came up and were like, D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons, and I was like, hell freaking yeah, yes. Dungeons and Dragons RPG, man, I'm down for that. Let's do it. I'm on board.
They have a Dungeons and Dragons RPG.
Yeah, I think they're making a new one or something.
Oh, okay.
It's called D&D Dark Alliance. The trailer. Okay, imagine loads of characters, like all the characters, like a dwarf and an elf and whatever, with a GoPro like hanging in front of them, facing them.
So you just see their face?
Yeah, just see their face, yeah. And they're basically just running around this battlefield, just like slashing the crap out of everyone, right? With this like heavy metal music on. And it was just terrible.
But you don't see anything but their face?
Well, no, you see like it switches between them. But honestly, just watch it, it's terrible. It's one of the worst trailers I've ever seen in my life. And as someone that likes D&D, that is a disgrace, to be honest. That is the trailer you came up with. Like, that just taints what D&D is. It's not a hack and slash game. It's not an action game. Do you know what I mean? It's like an RPG game. Like, you didn't show anything like that. It's awful. Anyway, that was all the announcements that I got. Did I miss anything?
What is Amazon New World?
Oh yeah, I did miss that. What was that?
It's Amazon's new game that they've got.
Oh, the game isn't called Amazon New World.
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Just my little note. I was hoping you'd get some of it.
No, I didn't watch all of it. I thought it was like 4 hours long, man. I ain't got time for that. But yeah, I did see something, a news article about Amazon's new game. Yeah, interesting, because that seems to support the fact that they are making a streaming platform, and this might be their sort of. Remember, we said in the news a few weeks ago after Google Stadia came out that they're going to jump on the bandwagon. So it could be that that's going to be one of their games for release on it, maybe. Anything else?
Not that I know, just the winners.
Yes, the winners. So, go for it. Have you got them written down, or do you want me to do them?
I've got the list here. Yeah.
Right, go for it. Because my
are we
voice
going to do the best?
Just go for it in order.
Alright, so game of the year was Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Hey, it's your boy, Kev. It's your boy.
No.
Dwayne Johnson.
I've got a lot to look forward to. Best game direction, Death Stranding. Your boys.
My boys. Oh yeah. It's game direction, as in like directing, kind of like a movie director.
Yeah.
Games. Yeah, cool.
And it was up against some big names. Control was in there. Heard that's one of the best games out there. Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, and Outer Worlds.
But I mean, looking at that list, I could see why Death Stranding would win, because it's more like a movie than anything.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Best narrative, which is Disco Elysium. So
Yeah.
I guess Dan, didn't he say the other day that he's actually becoming a French maid, which is why he can't be here today. He's doing training for that.
Oh yeah. No, he's training in Norway, isn't he?
Oh, training in Norway, being a French maid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best art direction, which is your boys. Control.
Have you got the list of the nominees on that list?
Yeah.
So
you got...
is Gris in there?
Yeah.
I need to show you some of Gris. I honestly, watch a trailer for Gris. It is one of the most stunning games I have ever played. Right?
Wait, I just realised. How did Control get that?
I know it looked like shite. And it's so, I can't understand it, Kevin.
It did look really bad.
I can't do it. Oh, sorry, go on.
You know what the game? It kind of reminded me of Perfect Dark Zero.
I never played it.
Oh, as an Xbox release. Xbox.
Oh, is that the
original
one that flopped hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best score music, which is Death Stranding.
Yeah, I mean, me, Charlotte, and Dan have all had the Death Stranding playlist on repeat since it came out, pretty much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kev, you should listen to it as well. It's so good, man. It's on Spotify.
Alright.
And the music is just amazing.
Best audio design, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
That's fair. It does sound
it's
amazing.
Honestly, Control is in every single one of these.
I know. Notice how it didn't win any of them. Just saying.
Just one that it shouldn't have really won.
Yeah,
I think they gave them. I think they gave it to that because they thought that they should win something.
I don't think they should win anything. But yeah.
Best performance, which I'm very sad that our girl Pavati didn't win it.
This is absolute bollocks.
Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff, Death Stranding.
Yeah, so I loved Death Stranding. I'll get onto it in the what we've been playing, but Mads Mikkelsen, like, he was barely in it. Like, and his performance was not amazing. Like, it was good, don't get me wrong, but it was nowhere near like performance of the year. Nothing compared to Pavati. Like, was not Norman Reedus was in that as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Norman Reedus is better, definitely. Mads Mikkelsen.
Controller in there.
Oh, fuck off. Jesus.
Brilliant.
Anyway, go on.
Games for Impact, which I have no idea what that means. Gris.
Oh, that's like impact, I guess, as in like social impact.
Yeah, I've gone by the fact that Life is Strange 2's in there and Kind Words and...
Yeah, it's all about like impact on the real world, I suppose.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Best ongoing game... Let's just skip over that.
Fortnite, yeah.
Best independent...
I'm surprised that Minecraft didn't win that, to be honest.
It wasn't even in there. It wasn't even nominated.
What, really?
Yeah. Best independent game was Disco Elysium.
Yep, fair.
Which is fair enough.
I've never played it, but we're just like, yeah, fair, yeah.
I mean, going by how much Dan... And it does sound really good. But
I mean, to be honest, the amount people are raving about it, like, it's, yeah.
I can imagine a bunch of people going into a room, the lights go down, and Disco Elysium is on the board, someone's playing it, and everyone's like, yes, Everyone's just raving at this game.
Yes!
They've all got Oculus Rifts on and VR. It's just... best mobile game, Call of Duty Mobile, who knows, who cares?
Who cares?
Best community support, Destiny 2. Bungie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good.
They've got a pretty, like, die-hard audience on there, so...
Somehow Apex Legends got on there. Respawn and EA. I don't think anything of EA should ever touch support.
No, but Respawn is the exception. Anything that Respawn make, people love, even though it's EA.
Best VR AR game, which is Beat
Saber.
Saber.
Yeah.
Is that the one where you literally play as a lightsaber and you cut things open?
Yeah, it's the rhythm action game where you like basically playing the drums of lightsabers, but like it is so good apparently. People love it.
Best action game, Devil May Cry 5, which I guess if you guys want to vote for that.
Yeah, that could be our game for January, guys. We could tell you why it was the best action game, or why they were wrong.
Metro Exodus.
No. Oxidus. No, but it's been on my list to play. It was one of the options for January, but
Astral Chain.
Astral Chain. No, that's a Nintendo game. Wasn't that. I that's a game by Platinum, the people that made Bayonetta. But I am not the biggest fan personally of those types of games.
Well, that's why I didn't win.
Maybe like I don't know. I like combat games, but and it's just a bit over the top and a bit just combat oriented, and there's not really anything else in it. I'm kind of like, yeah, fine.
Best action adventure game, which is Sekiro again.
Yeah, your boys.
It's a good game. I'm glad I chose that over Control.
Tell me about it. I'm glad you picked that over Control, to be honest.
It's quite lucky that, it's quite a good job you went into the shop and bought Control as
I know, tell me about it. I would have been fuming to this day if I bought it on PC.
Best RPG, which is Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
Best fighting game, which is Super Smash Bros. Can't really beat Super Smash Bros. For a fighting game, can you? To be real.
Never.
Best family game, Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
Good. Quite like that. It's good.
Yeah.
All of these are Nintendo.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. But what other game console does any family games ever now?
Best strategy game. We have to get Adam in here. Fire Emblem, Three Houses.
Oh, I want to play that so badly, man.
Best sports racing game. Crash. Can you believe? Okay, I just want to throw this out here. Yeah. Can you believe that all of these, put in quotes, real life or real life type games? Yeah. Being FIFA, F1, Pro Evo, Dirt. They all got beaten by a cartoon game of racing.
Yeah, dude. Because people play games to play. You want to play a game, don't you? You don't want to play a simulation. Like, hell yeah.
Oh, I don't even know how FIFA was even nominated on there.
I thought you were tempted to get it, Kev.
I am still tempted. Don't get me. Best multiplayer game, Apex Legends. Fair play.
Yeah. I saw the trailer for the. They're doing like a winter thingy, like a holiday special. Makes me really want to play it again, man. It does. Like whenever I see people play it, I'm just like, it does look so good. Like it's so satisfying to play.
The thing with it though is that people that you probably watch are good at the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. Yeah.
Tetris 99 was on here.
That's supposed to be really good.
Is it?
It's a it's what it is.
Tetris?
No, it's a battle royale Tetris.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so 100 people play Tetris against each other, and like it's so good, man. It's so good.
Fresh indie game, Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium took home the bloody Benjamins, didn't
Yeah,
it?
man. Content Creator of the Year, which is Shroud. I'm sure everyone knows who Shroud is.
Yeah.
Don't know what's his name, the Doctor Disrespect one on there. I felt like he's always winning.
No, because they don't put him forward. Because remember, this is critics that put people forward, and they wouldn't have put him forward because of all his controversy. Because remember, he had the cheating on his wife thing, and the recording children taking a leak in the bathroom.
What I didn't know about a bit.
Yeah, basically he was doing it was in character at E3 maybe.
Oh, and he walked in there and
he walked in there and recorded him going for a poo basically as like a joke, but there were kids having a pee in there, so it was like yeah.
How unfortunate, man.
I know, he's made so many wrong turns, isn't he? It's just like, I love him so much, but my god, he needs to reevaluate what he's doing, man. Jesus.
I think he's like, is this a good idea? Is it a good idea? I don't know if it's a good idea.
You know who would do this? Dr. Disrespect. And he goes straight into character.
Best esports game, League of Legends. Very surprised they won that.
I'm curious now, because it seems to be getting a lot of hype, League of Legends, recently. I'm curious as to whether they've actually fixed it now.
I think either that, or because they're doing a lot of stuff now. They've got the whole chesting, they've got this new single player, they've got the shooters, they've got their car games, they've got all this stuff they're going to be bringing out. So maybe they've... And there's a new character in there that goes against all the, like... You know, usually at the bottom you have your QWER.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has some weird thing with it all that they don't all work like that anymore with this new character, I think.
Oh.
I only watched Void play one game of it yesterday, and it was a bit of a... I was a bit like, alright. It was a bit funky. Best esports player, Booger.
Fortnite.
How does Faker not win anything, man? That guy is on another level of freak.
Yeah, it's because it's a niche game, isn't it? Like, remember, this is what I hate these awards. I hate the fact that they're critic voted. I hate it. Because it's just like, it doesn't mean anything, you know, because the critics prefer some things over other things.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't compare someone's skill in Fortnite to someone's skill in League of Legends.
Yeah, like, exactly. There's no comparison whatsoever. But the people that voted for them are obviously more likely going to like Fortnite than they are League of Legends. So they're going to know of him more than they're going to know of Faker, when Faker should clearly be the winner in all of these situations, because he's, like... He's been the best for so long. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas other Fortnite streamers and stuff are like good at different points, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like you're on top for a bit and then you're not. Whereas Fake is just like top dog all the time. So, yeah.
Best esports team, G2.
Okay.
For LOL. Best esports event, League of Legends World Championship 2019.
Yeah, it was pretty hard.
Again, very surprised that beat Fortnite though.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's what League of Legends is getting a lot of hype recently. I'm curious about it now.
I feel like League of Legends has a fan base in terms of people like watching it compared to Fortnite. I mean, I'm not that much in the Fortnite scene, but it seems as if people would rather actually play Fortnite than watch Fortnite.
Yeah.
Am I wrong with that? Maybe I could be very wrong. I don't really know. So.
Yeah.
Best esports coach being some of CSGO's on it.
Alright, skip some of these shit ones.
And the best host is
Oh yeah, I love him.
EFG Porter. So whoever you are, well done. That is that. So I think a big congratulations to a few people or a few games. Death Stranding.
Yep.
Disco Elysium for one thing. And Sekiro, I guess. They're kind of the ones that took home the bacon.
Oh, I mean, Death Stranding didn't win very much, did it, really? I suppose with the performance of Mads as well, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
best score music.
Yeah. Oh, and game direction as well.
Direction.
Yeah. No, I suppose they did. Yeah. Good, my boys. Right, that's it. We're not doing any more news. That was enough. That was like a list to end all lists.
Man, Dan would be having an orgy, right? Orgy? My God. My words are not very good. Having a good time right now if this was him.
He would, wouldn't he? This is like his dream, but unfortunately,
It's bread and butter.
he is in Rome, practicing his archery skills. So that's what he wants to do. Then fine.
Yeah.
So let's move on to what we've been playing. Kev, I'll start because you just spoke for ages, so I'll start. I have played and completed Death Stranding. I did it. I completed it.
So basically, I heard that Ben and Charlotte had a massive argument because Ben has neglected his wife this past week.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Death Stranding is just... I loved it. I thought it was glorious.
How much could you carry by the end of it?
Well, funnily enough, right, your last, there's one delivery towards the end of the game in, Chapter 12, but you don't do any deliveries in, Chapter 11 or 10 or 9. So, from Chapter 9 to 14, you're not really doing any deliveries.
I'm assuming, going by what it sounds like, obviously your whole point is to rebuild America.
Yeah.
And you obviously start off by doing a bit of the legwork, carrying things, dropping things off, whatever it's about, until it starts building up a bit where your main goal isn't to be a delivery man anymore.
No, your goal throughout is to be a delivery man, but
if you're not delivering anything, how are you? Are you more of a messenger?
No, because you get to the end. You have to reconnect America from East Coast to West Coast, yeah, and then you get to the West Coast at Chapter 9 or something like that.
Oh. And
then basically loads of story stuff happens, and you end up going back to World War II and all that shit again. And then they're like, right, I'm not gonna do any spoilers because it's to be honest, even if I tried to do spoilers, I'll probably explain it wrong anyway. So. But essentially, you have to go all the way back from the West Coast to the East Coast, right? And it takes honestly, it takes about half an hour. It's so fucking long. And there's a few boss fights and stuff on the way and whatnot. And then, yeah, it's quite cool. And then you have the final boss, and then the final sort of story segment. You have to make some decisions, story decisions and stuff. And yeah. It was really cool. Everything gets explained as well, pretty much. There was nothing left at loose end. Yeah, but
the okay, maybe I've got this all wrong in my head now. But you're connecting the east to west, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you just pick up some stuff from the east and then just walk all the way to the west? You've got to find a way to do that. Or...
No. So essentially, what you're trying to do is create. It's called the chiral network, which is basically the internet. Essentially, it was like a super advanced internet.
Okay.
And what you have this key, which is to bring them online, but you have to have their permission first, and you have to connect loads of points across. You can't just literally do the East Coast and then go all the way to the West Coast and connect that one. You have to connect loads of points in between, loads of way stations and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And you have to build their trust by doing deliveries for them and stuff, so that they're willing to join the chiral network, because a lot of the time they're just well, no, you're just gonna steal information, or why should I trust you, sort of thing. And essentially you're trying to win everyone's trust, and you basically become a superhero porter that everyone loves. And you by delivering things, obviously you're connecting them through this chiral network, but you're also connecting people by delivering things between each other.
So you're essentially a big delivery man, but you do small deliveries to make that big delivery happen almost. Yeah,
that's quite a good analogy. Yeah, so, and yeah, it's super interesting. I would recommend people try it. You might not get on with it. Kevin, I don't think you'll like it, for example.
Oh, really?
I think you'll like the story elements of it, but I don't think you'd like the day-to-day life of it, the actual deliveries and stuff, because it gets a bit tedious.
Okay, yeah.
Even I found it. I loved it at first, and I found it a bit tedious when it gets to the 50-hour mark. But it was really good, and this story is amazing. I kind of wish I'm sure they will at some point, but do a story mode, almost all the cutscenes and important bits,
just put
them together, because it's really
cool.
Really interesting. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Someone hasn't done it on the internet already.
Someone will at one point, I'm sure. I'm sure they've done it with all the Metal Gear Solid games as well. Yeah.
In terms of the gameplay and stuff,
yeah.
is there bit where you can customize your character and level up and put it into speed, put it into strength?
Not really. So basically, it's. I really like this. So instead of just generic stats, basically as you upgrade the chiral network, you're connecting these new places. But of course, all these places have been doing research by themselves before they joined the network. So as you connect each place, they give you their research, so you have more things that you can create. So it's really cool. And you basically start off as a man with some boots. That's it. And then you connect the first place, and they're like, right, awesome. Here is oh god, I can't remember what they would have given you at that point. I don't know, a rope and some ladder. Here, some ladder, some rope and a ladder.
One half of the ladder,
some ladder. And then you can use that to traverse easier. And then you get to a point where they're like, right, this is how you build a motorbike, and you're like, okay, cool, motorbike, that's cool. And then you get to the next one, and they're all sort of relevant to the place that you're in. So, because obviously they're doing research to tackle the situation that they're in. So when you get to like the mountains, they'll be like, here is all-terrain exoskeleton, so you can run like through snow easier, you know. And then you get to the point where they've got zip lines, and you can craft zip lines. And of course, again, this is all shared with everyone else that's playing the game. So you're all making these zip lines. You could just zip like between places and stuff. It's really cool. And so you end up with like this massive kit, and you can basically create a massive thing. And that's why it was quite nice at the end, where they were like, right, you have to go all the way east again. But of course, at that point, you're like, okay, you know, you've got motorbikes, you've got zip lines, you've got exoskeletons,
everything,
you've got everything, and you've made this massive list of stuff that you can use, and you have to use all of that to get back again, and it's just really cool. But it's very, very interesting. The traversal is really good, and Matt, shout out to the people that did the animations in that game, man. like, so you watch it's insane. Like, you've got this really like complex terrain, and the way that like your character sort of like runs is so human. And like when you're trying to make it up a hill, the way he sort of moves his body is exactly how a human would do it. And like when you're running and there's a bit of rubble on the floor, you sort of like sidestep over it, and like it's like incredible, insane. I mean, in terms of that animation, in terms of like the falling animation, oh my god, it is ridiculous. It's so funny but ridiculous. But I love it. If you like Kojima's old stuff, or I mean, I've never played Kojima games really, so it's hard for me to even say that. But it's a very much story driven, like almost like a mystery game, I guess. But if you quite like a relaxing sort of atmosphere way of playing it, and you like that sci-fi sort of vibe, go for it, I'd say. But bear in mind, it is about 50 hours to finish it, so. So I played that. And then, I haven't really played much this week, to be honest. I played, because I completed that, and then I was just a bit of a loose end. I was like, I don't know what to do now. Yesterday, so Dan gave me his login. He didn't do that. So I was going to play Arise yesterday, the game that Dan was talking about. So loaded it up, ready to go.
You play it this week.
Promised I'd play it, yeah. And I did everything I possibly could to play it, right? Nothing works. Basically, you open up the game, it opens up in half your screen resolution in windowed mode, and it is impossible to make it full screen. So like it looked like shite, basically. Yeah, I asked Dan, he said all the things that I'd already tried, but he was,
That's weird.
It was impossible. I couldn't play it. I was literally playing it at like 1400 by 600p or something on like a 1440p monitor. It was ridiculous. And Charlotte was gonna play it with me as well. It was really annoying. So instead, we brought Gris, that game that was nominated for art direction. Oh my god, it is stunning. It is the it is. I'd say it is. Maybe it's. It's the most beautiful game I've ever played. Like, I can't think of anything.
Not even Ori.
Yeah, that was the game I was thinking of. I was like, do I say it's on par with Ori? But I guess it's a different type of beautiful because it's all like hand drawn and stuff. But oh my god, it's stunning. It's just beautiful. The music is astounding. Charlotte was playing it as well, and it's like little simple puzzle mechanics, but really satisfying to do.
Do you traverse along a human?
What do you mean?
There's like a big woman holding you.
No, I don't quite understand the story just yet, but basically you fall into like this world as your little character, and
It's very pretty.
yeah, your goal is to sort of bring colour into the world. It starts off white.
Aww.
And then like you get to, whenever you find that woman statue, essentially a new colour palette gets added to the world. So it starts off with red, and then you get green, and then environments change with the colours and stuff, and it's just stunning. I can't wait for this podcast to end so I can complete it, because me and Charlotte
sound very much up. Yeah, both of yours too straight.
We love it, honestly. Like I if it continues I don't see it changing, because it's so beautiful and so amazing. I can't imagine it having this sudden like thing. And oh my god, Cubehead is the best character in anything ever. All right, we fell in love with him. He's a little guy with just a blockhead, right? And he's just the cutest thing ever. And like you knock apples down, and he eats these little apples, and he becomes your friend, and it's just the best thing ever. And we thought he died, and we got really sad, and then he didn't, so it was fine. He found all his friends.
In Gris?
Huh?
In Gris, you mean?
In the game Gris, yeah.
His name's Cubehead?
No, he hasn't got a name. There's no speaking in the game. It's just that he has a cube head. Like,
there's no speaking in it?
Yeah. Oh, is that not up your street?
Okay. Is there music?
It's
just silent. It's just dead.
No, the music is like it's completely silent. No, the music's like amazing. Like probably one of the best parts of it. That and the art style and the puzzles. It's just amazing. Like so good. Which is why I'm so freaking disgraced that Control won art direction. Like are they taking the piss? Absolute disgrace, man. I can't even believe that. Anyway, yeah, that's what I played this week. So Gris, highly recommend so far. It's astounding, and it's a very good game to play. Like if you're married, or you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, and you want to try and get them into games, very good, simple, easy game to play. Like Charlotte kept panicking, right, and I made her pause it, and I just said to her, look, you cannot die in this game. There's no way, you can't die. There's no way of dying. And you just play it. Just play it. Just if you think you can do something, do it. Do you know what I mean? There's no struggle. There's nothing. Just play it, and you'll love it. And she adores it. Like both of us woke up this morning and were like, I want to play. Like I can't stop thinking about it. It's so good. And like in terms of scenes, right? When you get a new color and it gets added to the world, that is probably one of my favourite scenes in anything ever visually. It looks so amazing because it's like you know when someone drops a pipette of colouring in water and it sort of like spreads out. Yeah, it looks like that, and it's just oh my god, it's so good. It's amazing. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I played. Kev, hit me.
Hit you with what?
Your rhythm stick.
Oh. I've been playing a game called Puzzle. It's a real life game where you make a puzzle. I have honestly since Sunday.
I just googled the word puzzle. What is wrong with me? Jesus.
Since Sunday, I have been making this 1,000-piece puzzle that I'm going to be framing for my girlfriend as a Christmas present. I've had my mum help me. And I did get it done. I got it done Thursday around about 9:30.
I mean, it's still a game, isn't it? It's a board game, so
yeah, kind of. And there's something. It's very off topic about playing games, but there's something very nice about doing puzzles.
I know. I kind of want to do one. You know, like it's so rewarding when you find the pieces on it.
Oh yeah. Oh my lord. And just a big respect to those people that do them puzzles that like where it's all beans or there's like loads of where's Wally's and something. It's just like the same picture repeated over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Because the one I did, everything was so different and unique to each other, and my God, was it a struggle.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun, and admittedly, every single time I was at work, all I could think about was this puzzle. And I was a bit sad when it finished, but I was also relieved.
We'll get you a new puzzle, don't worry.
I don't want a new puzzle.
10,000 piece.
10,000, oh Jesus. Then, yesterday it was my playing games day. I've been playing Risk of Rain 2.
Yeah.
I had 2 good runs, I'd say, out of the few I played.
I find it mad that you're still playing it, man. I don't know why I find it so mad. I'm just like, oh.
I don't know. I just like the challenge, and I'll tell you one of my runs I had yesterday.
Yeah.
So I played one as the arrow person.
Huntress, yeah.
Huntress. It's crazy you know more than me about it. And the other one I played as the commando. The commando one. You know that
Wait, who's your commando?
The very first one you used the 2 guns.
Oh yeah.
You know that wall. So in this game, there's this ancient ruins type area, and then there's a big round door that you're meant to press 2 buttons on the map at the same time, and it opens the door.
Oh yeah.
But there is a glitch that everyone knows and uses that you can just kind of just warp through the wall, or so anyone that has a dash, you can just dash through this wall. And inside there are 2 bossy, you know them like tall lizards.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. And once you kill them, they both drop quite a rare item. And I was on this run with the commando, and I picked up this ability where every single time you kill an enemy, you release daggers from your body, and it attacks people. That attacks the enemies.
Mm.
And not only that, I had the fireworks thing again that come out of the boxes and yeah. So what would happen is I'd start off and I'd run around the whole map getting the little coin things. So it would release the fireworks, and then that would kill the people, and then I'd release daggers, and it would kill them people and release more daggers, and it was like a
chain reaction.
Yeah. And I'd hit, and I got into this ancient ruins map, and I was at a really far point in this. I think I was only on about stage 6, I think, but I was quite ahead in terms of killing things. I was doing quite well. And so I went into this little... I managed to roll myself through into this room, killed these 2 lizard people, and then I was stuck in there. and I couldn't get out. And I didn't get it. I thought to myself, like, surely if you can roll in it, you can get out. And I was Googling it, and nowhere would it say that the commando is someone to use to do it. And I was like, oh, this whole entire run has been wasted.
Yeah.
Because, and not only that, yeah, this is how powerful my kit was at the time. Where I was stuck inside this door, all the enemies kind of crowd around the outside of this door because you can see through the door. And I had the, you can get this little, I think it's called a beetle bug or something like that. It's someone that goes around and kills people for you. It's like a little companion. And he was outside and he died. So no one out there was dying. When he respawned, he killed someone, and I kid you not, when he killed one person, they all died in like no time at all because of this ability that I had on me.
My lord.
And I was like sprinting this corner and trying to roll through for ages. I finally glitched my way through. Bear in mind, I'd been in this hole for about 15 minutes trying to do this.
Oh god, so difficulty was like mad.
Yeah, and then I went on to the next level, and I did my best, but I think 5 stone titans or tyrants spawned, and I was so out of my level, and but I don't know. I don't know what it is about that game. I just really enjoy it. I really enjoy
No, it's fair enough. I get it. It's just because to be fair, I reckon if I played it, I'd enjoy it again as well. It's the idea of it I don't enjoy.
If you listen to what I would tell you if we were playing together and to get the idea of what I'm trying to talk about, I think you'd really enjoy it, because I think together you could get quite far, and if you really, because there's certain ways that I play now that I've learned and made it easier for myself to get further on.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, and then I'd had, after that run, I was like, okay, I need to kind of. So I haven't played Sekiro for about a week, and part of me, where I'd hit that stage of, like the next level of people, I was
that's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was thinking, can I really be bothered? I don't know. It's such a
chore.
So much, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with all of those games. Dark Souls, you beat a boss, you're like, yes, finally, and then you look out and you just see like new enemies, and you're just like, oh, I need to learn from the ground up again.
Yeah, and not only that, there's the whole point of, what is it? You have there's so many places to go that I don't really know where I'm going with it. That's the point where I stopped. I stopped at a point where I thought, I don't know where the next stage is. I don't know where I'm meant to be going, because there's so many different areas. Yeah,
it's not as linear, is it? Because it's more 3D, I guess. So, yeah.
And so I thought, stuff it, we'll do it, we'll start. And I managed to get to one of these little shrines really quickly, because in this game, even if you alt F4, you restart the game exactly at that moment. So even if you're in the middle of a fight, you'll respawn with that person fighting you.
Oh shit!
Even if it's in the middle of a swing, it'd still be in the middle of a swing.
Oh.
It's really, really, really clever.
Yeah.
And I kind of climbed up this building, jumped down, killed someone, and then there was a shrine just there, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ, because I saved myself a lot of time. And I've made, from what I gather, a lot of progress in it, and I think I've hit that. I might have hit that stage where I'm kind of getting used to the blocking system and stuff.
Yeah.
And small little things where I've learned of, for example, taking characters away from its group to do a one-on-one fight instead of getting them all to chase you.
Yeah.
But it's just so. It is. I mean, there's a reason why I got Game of the Year. It's so brilliant.
I'm so jealous, man.
So fun. It's so. Although there's times I'd get really angry with it because it can be quite frustrating. I almost brought myself back a bit. Instead of trying to progress to the next stage, I kind of brought myself back, and I thought I'd try and use everything to my best ability. And I think that's something that I might have to think about going to other. I mean, for example, if you play Dark Souls 3, maybe instead of continuing to go forwards, to kind of take a step back, and maybe there's certain areas you haven't really explored that you might have to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's the same thing, because on Dark Souls 3, there's loads of bosses you can or unintentionally miss just because you don't explore those areas. But it was like in Bloodborne when we found that massive lightning dog thing, and it was like we didn't need to do that at that point, like at all, but we did it anyway. But it was like the guy on top of the bloody building, he was optional, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I think there's part of me that thinks this game, although there's linear aspects to it, and it's almost a lot of games you're progressing from A to B to C to D. This one, I think it's acceptable to kind of go A to B to A to B to A to B to then C.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, a little bit of grind going on.
Yeah. I think the reason I'm worried about playing Sekiro is because, like you said, because there's no like upgrading your health and your stuff like that. Because in Dark Souls, but not in terms of just grind and put points into that. because that's what you could do on Dark Souls. If you're really struggling, you can just go and grind and until you're stronger and come back, sort of thing. But that's the part I'm worried about.
But I feel part of it is the whole point of this game and why I think it's gotten so people raved about it so much is that it's simply where it doesn't give you that option. It's simply just requiring your skill.
Yeah.
And if you take your time with this game, you're going to be successful.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited to play it, but I haven't got. I'll play it next year. I ain't got time, you know. Also,
I think the most recent bit I've just done. Certain enemies have essentially 2 lives. They have little red bars indicating they've got 2 lives. Once you kill them, you've got to do it over again. Some of the other bosses I'm on, they don't indicate that, really. They kind of, you kill them and you think, oh, it's done, but there's actually, they resurrect somehow or whatever. There was one yesterday I was killing. And I must have death blowed him 5 times.
Oh my god.
And he kept reviving and I didn't understand it. And I got to a point where I was dying quite a bit to him. That instead of working my way to him, I'd just run past everything.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd just run past, jump past, and
standard Dark Souls formula. Right?
Yeah. And it wasn't until I really listened to after I killed him at one point, I really listened to him that he said, "You'll never be able to kick me off this cliff. I'll never let you wear this armour."
Oh.
And I was like, what?
Oh.
So basically, when you death blow is just, for anyone that doesn't know, death blow is once you've killed their posture. What's the word beginning with a V?
What?
Oh, there's a word that they use in Dark Souls and stuff for your stamina.
Oh, vitality. No.
Vitality, yeah.
That's health. I can't be that. Endurance.
Yeah, okay, yeah, kind
Whatever.
of.
Yeah. The stuff that gets used up when you go running.
Yeah, kind of. But so in this game, in this game, I feel like it's called vitality. There's a word for it anyway. That if you successfully block a certain amount of times, this little bar will go up, and once it goes full, you break their posture, and you can do something called a killing blow, where it just instantly kills them. So you could essentially not hit someone at all, just keep deflecting every single one of his abilities until you break his posture and you can kill him straight away. And when you do this death blow, you just climb up over him and you stab him in the throat, and then you kick off of him, you kick him backwards. And I was like, oh my god, I was there for ages trying to do this.
There's always a way. Yeah, but you're still loving it, then.
Yeah, I'm glad I plucked up the courage to play it yesterday.
I know, I miss those types of games. I think that's the next sort of game I want to play is going to be like something like that. I need like a really difficult. I've gone from Death Stranding, which is like the easiest game ever, to I want to play something really challenging now. I want to be rewarded,
Good.
Cool. We done?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, under 2 hours. So if we just just kick down off the podcast, and it'll always be under 2 hours. So housekeeping. Poll will be open the day of release today, and it will be open for a week or so. Vote on which game you think we should play in January and do our Moonlighting super duper in-depth review on at the end of January, and Mr. Adam will be joining us for the foreseeable future, which is very exciting. And
get his little voice in my ear hole again.
Yeah,
very nice.
And just send us some feedback, about anything. If you want to tell us what game you're voting and why, you can email us. Or that'll be interesting. So, Kevin, if they want to do that, if they want to send us some feedback, if they want to elaborate on the reasons why they want to hear an in-depth review on something, how do they do it?
Well, Ben, I want everyone right now who's listening to this to go on to all of our social media pages and vote on the poll right now.
Right.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4.
You haven't told them
3,
the social media pages yet.
2, 1. And if you were listening earlier on, you'd know. For you people that don't know it, Facebook, Twitter, you search Praise a Pickle. Instagram, Praise a Pickle Podcast. Or send us a little email, praiseapicklepodcast@gmail.com.
Right, and now this is your guided tour as to how to leave a rating and review on iTunes. So what you need to do, right, you'll obviously listen to this, presumably if you're using iTunes, if you do it, otherwise you can't leave a review and you can go, it's fine. But for those of you that are listening on iTunes, open the iTunes app on your phone. I'll give you a sec to do that. Yep, cool. Just click the little the hyperlink to Praise the Pickle on the episode that's playing. So click that and it'll go to our main page. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and there's 5 stars right there. You can see them. Just click on the 5th one, okay, or the 4th one if you're not so keen. You know, one of those two is fine. Just click on that and it will rate us straight away.
Just do it now.
Just do it now. I've just guided you on how to do it. 1 second. If that, like, it takes, as long as it takes you to just click on that 5-star thing, that is it. All right, and then just a little bit further down, click write a review and just say something nice about us because we want to get more listeners. We want to get more community. You know, let's build a community of little picklers. Yeah, let's do it. And
Dan, who is currently training his cat to jump over a burning building, will be back with us next week, hopefully.
He will.
If he's back from
he has to be next
trip and
being a French maid, and it's a bit of a wild tour he's doing. Yeah. But next week, the exciting one. Next week is our Game of the Year nominees. So we're going to be picking our 4 games which we enjoyed most this year, and then the week afterwards is going to be our Game of the Year show. So 1 week, you have 1 week to tell us what games we should play, or tell us what games you think should be Game of the Year, and we'll look into
a bit of research and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Love you all and leave you all.
Ta-ra.
Peace out, Pickle Squad.
Pickle.
Pickle unite.
Pickle.